Okay. Day 3 is all about chapter 9 with surface area, volume, and 3D figures. Okay, first we're going to start by naming the figures. How do we name a 3D figure? Where does this name come from?
The base.
The base shape. What's the base shape? Triangle. So we know it's a triangular. And now, what is it? What's the rest? Prism. Why is it a prism and not a pyramid? Yep, doesn't go to a point. Okay, so base it off of its base shape and then figure out the rest from there. 44, what's the base shape? Rectangle. So it's rectangular, and now is it prism or pyramid? Pyramid because ends to a point. Yep. Okay, so let's look at 45. What about 45? It is a cone. 3D figures with circular bases or circular shapes they have specific names. So there's a cone. What are the other two? Cylinder and
Circle.
Sphere. Yep. So 46, what is its base shape? It is a triangle. So triangular prism. Triangular prism. Okay, questions about naming the figures? No? Okay. All right, 47. Big thing, read directions. What does the directions want you to find? Surface area. Okay. So remember there was a bunch of formulas when we did this the first time? Okay, I will give those to you. Okay, but first you need to understand what's the shape.
Rectangle.
Prism, yep. So we're finding the surface area of a prism, which that formula is 2 times capital B plus capital P times H. Okay, so we have to find capital B, capital P, and H. Does anyone remember what capital B stands for? Something with the base.
Base square.
Area of the base, yep. So shade that base shape, which is that rectangle. How do I find the area of a rectangle?
8 times the sides.
Yep. Base times height. What is the base and the height of that shape right there? 8 and 12. So 8 times 12 is 96. Now we need to find capital P. What does capital P stand for? Perimeter of what? Capital B is area of the base, so capital P is perimeter of the base. How do I find the perimeter of my rectangle?
You add the sides up.
Yep, what are the sides?
12, 8.
Yep, 12, 8, 12, 8. Add those together, we get 40. Last thing we need to find is height. How do you know what the height is?
Look at this.
You can think it's the number you haven't used yet. Or think what's connecting my two bases together. And it's that 4. So now once you have everything, you plug it into the formula. Okay, so if I plug that in, we get 2 times 96 plus 40 times 4. What needs to happen first? Yep, multiply both of them separately. So if I multiply 2 and 96, I get 192. If I multiply 40 and 4, I get 160. And then lastly, add them together. 352. What would a label be for surface area?
Squares.
Inches squared. Yep, area is squared. Okay, skip number 48. That one looks a little different than what we were used to. Questions about number 47? Okay, 49, what's the shape of 49? A cone. So we're finding surface area of a cone. That formula is pi r times r plus L. Okay, so we need to find r and we need to find L. What does r stand for? Radius, which is 8 halfway through the circle. Yep. It gave us the whole distance, but we only want half. Okay, and then what does that cursive L stand for? Close. Slant height. Yep, what's the slant height of the cone? 17.9. So plug those values in, we get pi times 8 plus 17.9. What needs to happen first?
8 plus 7.
Yep, the addition. So we get 25.9 there. Now you can multiply all those in your calculator. What do you get? What do you do that? Yep, 650.9. What's the label? Yes. Good. And 50, is it going to be any different?
No.
No, just different numbers. So when we get to 51 through 54, now what's it asking for? Volume. Okay. So first you need to understand what the shape is. What's the shape of 51? Prism. Yep. To find the volume of a prism, it's capital B times H. What did we say the base shape was? It's a triangle. So capital B, what does that stand for again? Area of the base. How do I find the area of a triangle? Yep, base times height divided by 2. When dealing with a triangle, how do I know what the base and the height are? Yep, the ones connected to the right angle. So what are connected to the right angle? 3 and 4. Yep. So 3 times 4 divided by 2.
6.
Yep, 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then we need to find the height. How do we find the height?
The one that is.
Right. Is it always going to be that easy, though? No. What's another way you can determine what the height is?
What's connecting them?
What's connecting the two bases?
3.
It is 3 right here, connecting the two bases.
18.
And then what do I do with those two numbers?
Add them together.
Yep, plug them in, multiply them. So we get 18 centimeters cubed. Volume is cubed. What's the shape of 52?
Triangular pyramid.
It's a pyramid. Okay, what did you say the base shape was? Triangle. Okay, so the volume for a pyramid, it's base capital B times H divided by 3. How do I find capital B? It's area of the base. How do I find the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2. And I heard it. We look for this right angle on the bottom. What sides are connected to it? 6 times 8 divided by 2. So you get 48 divided by 2 is 24. And then the height, what's the height of the pyramid? 9. So now you just plug those values in. So we have 24 times 9 divided by 3.
72.
Yep, 216 divided by 3. So we get 72 feet cubed. Okay, one more we're going to look at. Do you want to do 53 or 54?
54.
Raise your hand if you want to do 53. Raise your hand if you want to do 54. Raise your hand if you don't care. We'll do 54. Okay. What's the shape? Cone. So volume for a cone is pi r squared h divided by 3. So looking at that formula, we need a radius and we need a height. What is the radius?
10.
Why is it 10 and not 20?
Because it's half of it.
Right, we need half of the diameter. And then the height is 20. So now you just got to plug it in. Make sure you plug them into the correct spots. What needs to happen first? Squared. And then, what do you get for your final answer after multiplying and dividing? 2094.4 label.
Feet cubed.
Feet cubed. Good. Yep.
Easy peasy, baby.
So, area is labeled with what? How do you label area? Squared. How do you label volume? Cubed. Okay, and then how do you get the name of a figure? What do you look at?
The base.
The base shape. Okay, any questions about chapter 9?